Back again with another one. Bad News Brown breaking it down. Now, before I get started, I got a random thought that just came in my head not too long ago. So, if you're from Oakland, you grew up in Oakland, we all know where Acorn Supermarket is. Now, what is that street behind it, right on the side of the freeway? That street right there is not Brush. I forget the name of that street, but that street right there. I remember a long time ago when I was a little boy, and we used to stay in the village, Camel Village. And it was one night, and we was on our way home, me, moms, and I think one of my aunties or something. And we ride, and it's nighttime, and we get right there, right behind Acorn Supermarket. And while we see the police, it's hella OPD. They got somebody back there, and they beating the hell out of them, like straight Rodney King before it was Rodney King. And I was like, damn, and they was just they was going in on whoever that was, and just a random memory I figure out y'all. But anyway, let me get into this video. So now I guess it's just been some reports going around or some news regarding Mac Dre. And I guess the whole premise is Mac Dre, I guess they saying he got his game or some of his style from Sacramento. And there's been some back and forth. So I figure I'll speak on it. So here it is. And before I get into it, I think this probably got something to do with a lot of the YNs. They politicking a little different now and they going back and forth. So I think that kind of got something to do with it. Why all of a sudden this so-called news is coming to light. But who knows? Y'all let me know in the comments. But what I gotta say about this is, well, for one, I'm gonna say, no, he didn't. Now, but the thing is, about time Mac Dre, and this is no secret, Mac Dre got strong ties in Sac, and I guess he was going to Sac way back, as was a lot of people from the Bay Area. But about time he hit Sac, he had already jumped off the porch. He had already had his style, his swag before that was a word. One of my favorite Mac Dre songs is Pimp Shit with him and Mac Mall. And this when he was rapping from jail. And this was way back when. So he didn't even get out yet. And he was, you see the title of the song. So Dre already had his style. I will say that. Now, this is not to say he wasn't in Sac and he didn't learn nothing from nobody from out there. For sure, you got solid cats from everywhere. And another thing is, he mentioned that, I guess the whole what'd he say? Go stupid term come from a guy out there. I forget the name. Possibly, I doubt it, but possibly. Possibly. Now, as far as that whole word with the key, go dumb and all that old stuff, well, for one, that come up out of the sideshow. We've been sideshowing in Oakland for a long time. So there is no one person, although, don't get me wrong, the likes of Keith and even Dre, people who done got behind the movement and helped pushed it, yeah, but that was just something they just got involved with. It was already snowballing, that sideshow. Trust me, when about time Go Dumb USA come out, trust me, everybody was trying to get in on that. Everybody from the whole Bay Area, far and wide, was coming to Oakland. So, again, possibly. But as far as, and another thing I want to say as far as, because the Bay Area and Sac, especially South Sac, it's been Oakland ties out there. I got peoples that went out there in 89, 90. So now, of course, Sac is Sac. Oakland and the Bay is the Bay, but that being, I mean, you can't change history. Oakland cats have been out there, Bay Area cats have been out there, just like LA cats been out there. And you got solid Sac cats that's from out there. So, but as far as this whole Mac Dre thing, I think it's probably getting, took out of hand, of course. So that's how I look at it, y'all, to be honest, But I see it's going around, it's getting around, and we not going to necessarily, in a way, rewrite history. Now, this is not to say Dre wasn't out there. Of course he was. He said so himself. You got previous interviews, him himself mentioning it out there, speaking on things he was doing, networking out there. So that ain't no secret. But trying to say that he was somehow, I ain't even going to say influenced, because that ain't the word. You can be influenced by a lot of things, but as far as just him just copying and, I'm not going to go that far with that. Nah. Hell nah. Funny because just recently somebody dropped something else on my desk regarding Mac Dre. And it was regarding, back in the day, was Luda dissing Mac Dre on that one video that Get Back, You Don't Know Me Like That. Now, I remember that song in that video when it came out. I was actually in the pen. And at that time, I definitely didn't realize it. And I don't too much remember hearing no blowback from it. Again, I was in jail, so I don't know. But y'all take a look at that video and y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Was Luda fake weight dissing Mac Dre back then? Now, I don't know, and this ain't to stir up nothing, but that is a question I would like to know, being that we talking about Mac Dre, the late great Mac Dre, So y'all let me know about that though. But yeah, but as far as Mac Dre allegedly getting the whole word or idea, go stupid from a guy out in Sac, man, I don't know. It's possible, but I think it's unlikely. I know I highly doubt he got his whole theist image from Sac. Like, how? They didn't even have sideshows in Sac. Now, this is not to say, again, old boy, Stupid Swoop or whoever didn't influence Mac Dre no kind of way. Maybe that was his partner out there, his network out there. Who knows? But I'm not, like I said, I think a lot of that is just these young YN politics, and they throwing pop shots, so to speak, at each other. So they gonna say that, But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And I could be wrong, but somebody please let me know. And let me know what y'all think, man. This Bad News Brown breaking it down one time. I'll be back at it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.